morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. Usually, not much happens this time of year, but that definitely didn't apply to the weekend because we actually heard from Brock Purdy, who was a guest on Fox Sports 9:10 a.m. in Phoenix, and he addressed a couple different topics. First, how you doing now, and when are you going to be able to throw again?
The protocol is you start throwing at 3 months, but it all depends on how your therapy and your range of motion and everything goes up until that point. So there's definitely some boxes I have to check off first until I get to that point, but that's the plan as of now.
Normally, June is usually kind of a dead period on the NFL calendar, but not this year. We are going to be on the edge of our seats waiting to hear if Brock Purdy has started throwing again, because that's going to change the entire course of the 49ers season. Here's more from Purdy, who's still finding a way to get those mental reps in despite not being able to throw.
There was a couple weeks, after the season and the injury and everything had happened where I was just, I needed to get away from football, but the last month or so I've been, just watching some games and going back to the basics of the playbook and my reads and my footwork and even formations and motions and things like that. So you gotta start getting that, ingrained in you before you go back, and that's where I'm at.
You gotta love that. This offense is not easy, and we know Kyle has zero tolerance for people that don't execute things the way he wants them executed, so you have to get those mental reps in. Once you do get on the field, Brock, what do you want to get better at this year?
Just footwork, being on time. Every concept has its own timing, and there was times last year where you could just tell, I was still getting used to things, even when I was playing. The timing of a slant, with Brandon Aiyuk compared to Deebo Samuel. There's two different, types of routes, and so getting used to that kind of thing, that's something I have to hammer away at in the off season.
We don't usually think about it, but injuries at the end of the year are really tough because they prevent guys from working out together in the offseason and increasing their chemistry with one another. Not only is Brock not going to be able to do it, but unfortunately Trey Lance has missed a huge chunk of the offseason as well. So that's one advantage that the 49ers quarterbacks are not going to have going into the season that a lot of other teams will have. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Monday, Pro Football Focus wondered on Twitter about the biggest what if in NFL history, and that brought out some old wounds for the 49ers. Raheem Mostert actually responded with, quote, "What if we ran the ball more against the Chiefs when we were up 2 possessions with 6 minutes left? Hashtag Super Bowl 54 champs." Oof. That still stings. NBC Sports Bay Area actually reposted an old breakdown of that Super Bowl that kind of explains why the play calling went the way it went, and it might not be as bad as you may remember. One thing to watch, George Kittle had a busy weekend with an epic cameo in WrestleMania. You can see the video of his little stunt from the 49ers official Twitter feed. One thing you may have missed, now that April 1st has come and gone, $10 million of Trent Williams' 2023 base salary is now fully guaranteed. In return, he's opted in to 2024, 2025, and 2026. Now, of course, Trent Williams can always decide to retire, but that's a good sign that he's planning on being around, at least for now. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Enjoy your Monday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk tomorrow.